You are watching or listening to Purham and Associates. For more information, go to rpurham.com or follow me on all social media platforms and subscribe at RPURHAM. Thanks. See you over there. Hey, good day to you all. Welcome to Purham and Associates. I'm your host, Randy Purham. Hey, I hope you all had a fantastic week and you're ready to enjoy the weekend and you're out there enjoying spring break. And for those of us in Texas and you're down at the Houston Rodeo, you're slapping booty cheeks as they walk by since they changed the dress code. Now you got to sit back and actually enjoy the show. So, sorry to hear that. No, but seriously, we had a lot going on all around the country. But nonetheless, it is Friday. This is the time that we take to thank our men and women who are serving the nation around the world, especially in this time of conflict with Iran. We thank you and we salute you. We wish you a safe journey back home to your friends, family, and loved ones, wherever that may be. We salute you on that. And folks, we got a very special guest with us today, and I'm excited to talk with him. He is none other than Sean Collinson, and he is a candidate for Lieutenant Governor of California. Folks, yes, I know, California, but let's give him a chance. He is an unconventional journey. His unconventional journey set him apart in California's crowded political field. Once a young hip hop artist signed to CBS Epic Records, he under music legend Clarence Avant. Debut track was Hot Like Fire. Collinson was raised by a single mother and learned the value of grit, discipline, and reinvention. Excuse me. He later built a career as a professional mediator and trained hostage negotiator. I love that. Stepping into high-stake conflicts, listening under pressure, diffusing tension, and delivering practical results. A longtime Californian husband, father, and businessman, Collinson is running for lieutenant governor because the state has a leadership problem, not a people problem. He believes the lieutenant governor's office should break political gridlock on affordability, public safety, education, and homelessness, not serve a stepping stone for career politicians. His message is simple. California needs leaders who can listen, negotiate, and get things done. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the some and presenting the others, Mr. Sean Collinson. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, Randy. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Yes. So you're running. From my understanding, you're running as a independent, correct?
Yes, sir. Well, no party preference, right?
Okay. No party preference.
No party preference.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is different, given the political landscape of the United States and especially in California. People pick they pick a side. It's not to be people that's on the fence anymore. They say, you know what, I'm in this camp and that's it. And so for you, you're saying, you know what, I don't care about either one of you, you jokers. I was about to call it something else. It's Friday. Okay. It's Friday. But yeah,
it's Friday.
It's Friday. But you're
yes,
running
sir.
as a no party preference candidate. Tell us what is that like for you out there in California right now?
Well, right now, Randy, and that's a great question. What is that like? Being the no party preference candidate means just simply three things. We have the red, we have the white, but what about the red, white, and blue? To take care of our people and have someone that goes and represents that is not beholden to political parties, games, and just the same broken promises. So when I decided to do no party preference, I'm a mediator by trade. So for the last 24 years, I've been mediating tough conflicts between two sides. People come in the room, nobody want to agree with anything.
Right.
And so my job is to go from this side to that side as the mediator.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I've spent the last over 2 decades helping people find a resolution that they both can live with. And so we walk out going, you know what? I can live with this. And the other side says, you know what, Sean? I can live with this. And then if they both say the mediation sucked, that means it was a good deal, right? But it doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying, Randy?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. People keep thinking, and the way we've played this system is that this side says you have to, in order for me to win, the people have to lose. Mm-hmm. And on this side, they said, in order for us to win, the people have to lose. I say, I'm coming up the middle, like Marshawn Lynch. I'm on the 1 yard line. We're going to do the tush push right into the primaries, and we're going to turn this thing around because right now we require different. The same old plan hasn't been working.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So I'll put this out there for you, and then I want to hear what the constituents are concerned about, because here we go. So the last 16 years, we know it's been broken promises, which equaled broken results. Mm-hmm. So why would we add 4 more years? If you do the math, 16 plus 4 is 20. That's a 20-year sentence of people struggling in California, the 4th richest economy in the world. Yeah. And that's not translating to prosperity for families and kids who want to go to college. So I say something different, no party preference, 4 years, bet on Sean, because here's what you can get: optimism, opportunity. We can try it. What's the worst thing can happen? We get 4 more years of what we already got. Mm-hmm. So that's where the no party preference candidate comes in. I hope people want something different, because a vote for Sean is a vote for change.
There you go. And and thank you for highlighting that, because it is. You're absolutely right. The political conundrum that we're in, or I'd rather just say political dichotomy. It is just two-sided. There is no third option. And when I hear candidates say that they're running as an independent, I'm like, yeah. I admire it, but the reality,
yes,
is what it is. And but in the same token, in the same breath, however, the independent movement is exponentially growing, because people are tired of the two-party system. People are tired of, why do I have to pick this side? Why do I have to pick that side? Why can't we just come together and figure out the solution and get stuff done? Why does it have to be a partisan issue? And so I absolutely agree with that. That's the way politics was designed to be, was to say, what's your idea? Here's my idea. I hate your idea, you hate mine, but let's figure out, a compromise and get it done, type of thing. You're losing, I'm losing, but it's a win-win, at the end of the day. And like you, Sean, I was a peer mediator in high school. So we was a part. So anytime there was conflicts in the school and whatnot, the deans would get involved, of course, and security and whatnot. But it was a group of us that was peer mediators, and we would be called in to negotiate with the opposing parties on a resolution, right, to avoid being suspended from school. That's usually what it boiled down to. If the sentencing was dealing with being suspended for fighting or whatever else, we were called in to help try to come up with a remedy or a solution to the issue. And I enjoyed that, because I was a peer mediator for 2 years in high school, my junior and senior year. And I didn't have to really deal with it too much my senior year, because I graduated early, but outside of that, I was the one beating up on people. So
yeah, I was
exacting my revenge over the last 4 years of people before I got out there.
Right. But I actually, you being a peer mediator, I could see how you'd be great at that. Because see, the gift that you have, Randy, I'm going to tell you about your gift.
Okay.
Your gift is articulation. Your disposition and your tone is what they need in the room.
Yeah.
Because you bring a level of calm.
I try
And
to.
so, as a FBI trained hostage negotiator, being calm could mean the difference between life and death. For a lot of people right now who are struggling, the gas prices are through the roof, affordability. For them, paycheck to paycheck is almost like it's killing them. And so they need level heads right now to prevail. So that peer mediator thing that you talk about this was set up for the people. These elected officials have to believe that they can't keep getting into this for party politics.
Yeah.
That has to change. And if we don't change it, the results for the people, the citizens of the state that pay the most in taxes, we foot the bill, we're getting squeezed. And while politicians are saying everything will be fine. Well, if you talk to my buddy who's a senior, just retired from the post office 40 years. He came to me the other day and he said, Sean, you running for this lieutenant governor thing? I said, yes, sir. He said, I'm Sam. I said, what's up, Sam? He said, look, I've worked 40 years. I retired from the post office, carrying that mail bag for 40 years.
Yeah.
He should have gotten a gold star. At the end of the day, he retires at 73. Him and his wife live in humble beginnings, humble endings. He said, I'm paying full health insurance, running my wife and I about $1,700 a month. And then he said, but I got this other thing in the mail for this B plan. They want another $1,400 on top of my full coverage. He said, I don't understand that. And he's a senior. He's on a fixed income.
Wow.
So my thing, why would we do that to our seniors? Not only is he a veteran, he serves in the military. He then works 40 years in the post office. And that's the thank you we're giving seniors on fixed incomes in the fourth largest economy in the world, richest. We have to translate this prosperity to the people who are carrying California on its back.
Yeah.
We can do that. And when I hear you talking about, if I saw Big Randy come up to me and I was about to get suspended, I probably put my shoulders back like, yes, sir, Randy, what you need me to do? Right? Because God sent the right guy.
Yeah.
God sent Randy. God knew your heart. God knew what you were going to do. So if he be for you, who can be against you?
Amen.
And the emphasis is on who. So when I'm called as the mediator to come up the middle, and I'm telling, let's say it's Rogers, and I say, let's say it's Dak, throw the ball. And we got 2 seconds to go on the clock. We got to get some more votes. We got to get people who are sick and tired of the political machine, because most of these folks are good folks. And they do this for service, and they know that, and they're sick and tired of it, just like the people of the state. However, when they get in, the political machine gobbles them up. They then don't deliver.
Yep. Right?
They don't deliver what the promise is. They just do it around campaign time. Here they come, the commercials. Here they come with the, hey, we're here now. We're gonna bring this down. Bring that down. This time. Hey, 16 years. The party hasn't worked for you, and we get it. But this time, we are gonna bring it down. We're gonna bring it down. We're gonna build that speed rail. We're gonna get you to Vegas in 45 minutes.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Hey, that's awesome.
Einstein,
man. Look.
Come on, man. Now, come on. Look, Einstein made it clear, and I know people know this saying. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and just expecting different results. All I'm saying is a vote for Sean is a vote for optimism, something different, and a mediator. So if you want the mediator, we're sick of all the rhetoric. the blame game. Look, they took $24 billion in California for homelessness to clean up
Criminal.
the
Criminal.
to clean it up.
Yeah.
24 billion. And then when it came out, where's the money? Now we have people that are pretty smart that run for these offices. These are folks that have got cum laude and go back laude degrees. Right? They know where the money went. But what did they do?
Mm-hmm.
The only time they agreed on anything on both sides was pointing the finger at each other. No. You took the money. No. You took the money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we don't know who's on first. At the end of the day, we don't know who's on first, who's on second. All I'm saying to our citizens of California is, what do we have to lose doing something different on June 2nd, 2026? A vote for Sean is a vote for public safety. I have a law enforcement background. I know a little bit about that. And so when we talk about, let's make sure our communities are safe. We want our kids safe. People want to walk their dogs. They want to be in their communities. They want to be able to send their kids. Imagine this. I have a 13-year-old son. I want to send him to college. He wants to go one day. You think I want to believe in my heart, and I want God to protect him every day on a safe campus.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about him in a mass shooting or an active shooting. So we have to make sure that our local officials, these are wonderful people working in the community, that we have community policing and we bridge the gap between fear and respect, because law enforcement matters. I haven't met nobody yet that when somebody was breaking in their house and they said, get the phone. And they said, don't call 911, call Ghostbusters. I have not met anybody yet that's done that. So we have to just come back to practical thinking. Let's get in the room.
Yes.
I want this side. I want that side. I want the independent side, whatever side. In community town halls, if I'm elected, when I'm elected, my door is open. Randy can call me and say, hey, Sean, I've been thinking, we need some peer mediation in politics. I know exactly who to call for peer mediation. You just a phone call away. Texas is our neighbor.
Yeah.
So we say, let's go, let's do something different. And look, Randy, I want to be real clear, because this comes up a lot. And you might be able to help me with this one.
Okay.
I am not a politician. This is God's plan. This one,
yes.
I'm called as the mediator, right? You know how Moses went to, when God said, hey, go tell him, let my people go.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know what to do with this. I can't, I'm stuttering. He said, I knew he's going to say that. That's why I'm going to send Aaron, Miriam. I got you. Yeah. So this is bigger than me.
Right.
I am elected official to represent the people. I don't know how to do it any other way. I'm not beholden to any side. What I want to do is find common ground, like you did as a peer mediator.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And when everyone gets together in Sacramento and we start doing the right thing for the people without squeezing them, it's okay. Now, in mediation, you may remember this as a peer mediator, and this is interesting, right? So what happens in mediation, back when Yuri wrote that book, Get to Yes, and it was about the orange and the rind. But what if nobody wants the juice? We get squeezed.
Yeah, yep.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the mediator candidate, if you will, because on the ballot, you'll see Sean Collinson on June 2nd. Under the designation, it's going to say mediator. Now, I'm the only Sean, S-E-A-N. I am for sure the only mediator, because God has a plan for California, and that's to make things different. That's to give us more chances. That's to keep our kids safe on campus so parents aren't worried. People can walk in their communities again. Police officers are building that gap between fear and respect. And that's the plan. And then you do know, and I wanna let you in on your own show. I got it. I know these pundit, we come on, we have a lot to say.
No,
I like
hey,
to
this is
say
the
this.
floor is yours.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Thank you. I just wanted to be respectful of your
Yeah,
time and
absolutely. Yeah,
courteous. But
you good.
people usually don't know what the lieutenant governor does.
Yeah,
And a lot of people,
that
a
was
lot of
my
these
next
candidates
question.
jump on and they just get going.
Mm-hmm. That was
And the
my next question,
conversation is
actually.
the lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
then
you
we're
go.
working. We're working 7 in the mornings. But the lieutenant governor sits as the president of the state senate, has tie-breaking authority for critical litigation. So anything that's going on. So the lieutenant governor's role is critical. It's leverage. It's influence. So when those things come up to the Senate and things are going on, the lieutenant governor can make sure that the people's voice are heard and is heard in that chamber in the Senate. The lieutenant governor also sits on the board of regents, the board of trustees, and the board of governors. That means the community college, CSUs, and UCs. So the lieutenant governor, you know, has input on tuition, housing for your kids, and affordability to get to college. Young gal at my church, her name is Sochi. She came in, she's an honor student. And Sochi uh, sacrifices. She's not on TikTok. She's not doing all of this stuff. She's locked in. She's
Mm.
studying. Okay, she's from Latina heritage. Her family works hard. These people are here to do the right thing. She's that young lady. She's a senior. She applied to all these colleges. I spoke to her last Sunday, and she had a little bit of, you could look in her eyes as I'm listening to her. And she said, Sean, I'm just worried about, can my family afford this?
Yeah.
And I just looked at her and said, how is that? You're an A plus student. She says she has a 4.9 GPA. She's working hard.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when a student, 17-year-old, the kids should be our future. Our children are our future.
Mm-hmm.
When she said that, it broke my heart because she said, I applied to some universities. I was accepted, but I don't know if we can afford the dorm. I don't know if we can afford the tuition. I said, okay, I'm going to help you, Sochi. I gave her that bookmark that I'm running for lieutenant governor. And I said, do you know lieutenant governor sits on the UC board, the CSU board,
Mm-hmm.
community college board? And her face lit up. And she said, Sean, I got you.
That's
Because
good.
I listened. I want her parents to know that if you're in this country, and let's just say California, where I am,
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I don't have me. I don't have the red. I don't have the blue. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Lord sends me, the mediator, I got the Sochis. Got to make sure that her family can get her into this university. Make sure that they can pay the tuition and housing. And Sochi ends up maybe one day being the next elected official of our great state. But that's the dream. But why is the dream just turning into a nightmare
Yeah.
for these people? And then the lieutenant governor sits on the lands commission. That's big. That's a lot. That's billions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
controlling our coastal assets.
Yeah. Very true.
So people think that the lieutenant governor is just a ceremonial job. It's not. It's not.
Yes.
And our current lieutenant governor has done a great job. She's done a really good job. She termed out, so the seat became open. So more than likely, the political machine set up the ladder. The ladder just, someone's about to fall off the ladder. And the ladder's still standing up.
Mm-hmm.
So they all wanted to get on the ladder. But that's not what we should be doing as political figures to be elected in especially a state office. This is big. We should be making sure Northern California, Southern California, Kern County, the coast, this California is beautiful. And we have to get us working together so that it works not only for the political machine, because it should be people first. They built California. They built California.
That's true.
So
That's
we have to be cognizant and we have to be careful how we get into this thing. And so I know when I'm sent as the mediator to come in for California and represent the people's voice, our citizens, and whatever they need assistance and help, and this is bugging them, my door is open. I'm a mediator, and you know this. The number one job of a mediator is to what? Listen. I've spent 24 years listening, and every day I'm still practicing as a mediator. Every day. I just listen to two folks. They go back and forth. They have to get their story out, right? They have to tell you, hey, even as being a negotiator in crisis and hostage situations, we have to build rapport. You have to go, I'm good with Sean. I want to keep him on the phone. Because this, for some people, it is life and death. So every day I'm in complicated matters. But this matters to California on June 2nd. And that's why I'm here. Look, a lot of my friends already voted me out. They said, man, look, hey, you out your lane. Don't do that. You shouldn't be running with these people. These people have been career politicians. These people have served in the government. These people have climbed the political ladder. These people are standing at the top. They're going to throw a bucket down and knock you off the only one stair you got on. And so I said, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. And that's exactly why I'm coming up the middle. So the more they said it, Randy, let me tell you this. The more they said it, the more the Lord is going to show up and show out on June 2nd. I get it. I'm the unlikely guy. I like that. Because I've been unlikely my whole life. But unlikely that I dropped out of this and dropped into that. I've been unlikely to be in a successful marriage because I'm unlikely. I'm unlikely that my kids would go to public schools and earn degrees. But it happened. So when you keep saying I'm unlikely, God don't like ugly. I'm coming up the middle, Randy, because I'm the unlikely guy. But it's unlikely that we should vote for 4 more years of the same thing. I yield my time, sir. I would love to hear what is concerning the folks. And let's get to your questions, because I could be on this thing for 3 hours, brother. You're a peer mediator. You my brother. Let's go, dog. What we got? I got you.
I love it.
Let's go.
I love it. Sean, so on your platform, you're highlighting something that has been long ignored by politicians, and that is recidivism. And
yes, sir.
It's also looked at not only. I'm not going to speak only to just the black community, although it overwhelmingly affects the black community, but just in the culture of our society, we set up the system where you go to prison or you get in trouble. Let's start there. You get in trouble for whatever it is, and you're sitting in front of a jury of your peers, and they look at you and they judge you, and then you get sentenced and you go away for a few years, whatever that may look like, and then you come out and there's nothing in place to reintegrate you back into society and say, hey, are you good now? You learned your lesson. Let me help you out. Let's get you back on your feet. There's none of that, really. There's very few programs around that does that. But the subsequent consequence behind that is that person reverts back to what got them in trouble in the first place, and they go right back in, and they get even a longer sentence. They're like, oh, you didn't learn your lesson, so we're going to stand you down again, type of thing. And so we've seen this for decades. And my thing is, when I talk to politicians is, why are you ignoring that problem? It's a culture thing. That's what the first thing they say is a culture thing. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You're right. It is a culture thing, but how do we change the culture? And that is a question that politicians steer away from, because they don't want to come across as racist. They don't want to come across as offensive to anybody. They don't want to get into the culture of our society and what leads to these problems. So my question to you, sir, is, you're addressing it. What is your plan to actually address it?
My plan to address it, Randy, is straightforward. We can end recidivism. And the way we do it is we make sure there's cognitive behavioral therapy assigned 3 to 6 months. So when these folks are reoffending, you hit the hammer on the nail, because there aren't programs that are sustainable to make sure that if they want help. Now, when folks are coming out of the revolving prison system, the revolving door, they're susceptible to going back, just like you said. But what if the mid to low level offenders that are going to be released back to your community, because it's now going to be a public safety issue, right? And you didn't work hard to buy a house in a neighborhood, put up your white picket fence, your kids riding a bike out front, and down the street, Johnny just got out of jail. First phone call, you're going to make us to the HOA. But here's what I think on my plan. Cognitive behavioral therapy, 3 to 6 months. When you come out, it is a condition of your parole, rather than just slapping on a house ankle bracelet and saying you can roam all day, but you got to be in at 9 o'clock. What does that do?
Yeah.
Let's get these folks lined up for therapy. Let's get these folks in job entry programs. I'm going to tell you the one thing that none of the politicians that come on any of these shows talk about is, if I told you that if we get them into entry education, did you know people with an education are less likely to be associated with incarceration?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when they come out of these prisons and jails, we have 3 steps in my program: the therapy and cognitive behavioral, where we see what's going on in there. Like sometimes, we talk to offenders. They have a story. They have a life. They've been hijacked by some type of alternate reality.
Yeah.
With social media and things going on. Today, the access is permeating and stronger than it's ever been.
True.
So what we do is we do the cognitive behavioral therapy program. We go 3 to 6. If you don't complete it, there are consequences. And we make it clear. Now you bring them into reentry for jobs. We get them working. It's going to be a labor job or whatever it's going to be, based on their level of training. Mm-hmm. And the most important piece in my plan is education. As the sitting on the board of 3 trustees, regents, and board of governors, the lieutenant governor has some influence on how are we going to deal with recidivism. Of course I do. And just because maybe other politicians or people who have held the office didn't look at it, we've already confirmed I'm not a politician. So what the people's interest is always and should be, and I'll confirm it and coin the phrase now, should be more important than the party's interests. Mm-hmm. I guess I'll die on that sword, that the people's interest is superior to the party's interest. Mm-hmm. How did the party get there? Took some people. So that's recidivism. Mm-hmm. And look, I've spoken to many people who are incarcerated right now. I've had some phone calls with some folks who are locked up with the recording going on and everything. This is a collect call from just called being recorded. Mm-hmm. And you know what they've said to me, man? Is when I come back into society, I want to do the right thing. Now, the emphasis I've pointed out is I want to.
Yeah.
I've changed that word, and I told the homie, replace that with should. Mm-hmm. You are going to do the right thing.
Yep.
You're speaking to the candidate for lieutenant governor of our great state. And somehow you've been put with the conversation with me. And simply because of that, your life does have value. You are going to return one day. These programs, I'm going to work hard to make sure both sides of the aisle, the mediator will get it done. He started crying, Randy. He started crying because he had never heard someone say, you do matter. You do matter. We matter. We can't keep getting squeezed. Some people are saying, hey, I voted for that. What happened? I would have never voted for this guy. But I heard him say he was gonna blank. He was gonna do blank. 3-4 years later, come around the re-election. Oh, you know what? They blocked me.
Yeah.
Hey, got to the 1 yard line. I don't know what team were they. Oh, I don't want to say the team, but they got to the 1 yard line and couldn't run it in. But you know what? Next season, we're gonna trade some people. We're gonna get some new right. We're gonna get some new left. And next season, we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
The people are sick and tired of broken promises. So that's recidivism. Any questions, sir, or your thoughts on my plan?
I love it, actually. That is a great plan, and it is highly doable, highly implementable, and I wish more people, like I said, earlier, I wish more people actually had a train of thought behind that. They just shy away from it. So at least you thought about it. At least you sat down and you put pen to paper and said, this is what we're going to do. This is how we can address it. Whether other people want to implement it or not in their neck of the woods, whatnot, it doesn't even matter. It's just a simple fact that we're having a discussion on how to address it, which doesn't happen. And so I thank you for that, and I wish you total success on getting that implemented, because you're right. The lieutenant governor's job is, to sit on these different boards, and they are the ultimate advisor to the governor. So he or she comes back to the governor and says, hey, at our board meeting today, this is what happened. This is This is the solution. I'm going to present a bill, or I'm going to have one of the senators present a bill, and we're going to pass it and shoot it over to the House so they can pass it, or vice versa. However, I know each state is different in terms of who can generate a bill dealing with appropriations and all that. We're not going to get into that minutia, but the overall, the overarching thing is that the lieutenant governor influences policy. He influences laws, and to get that to the governor's desk based on what they know and what they influence, it speaks volumes. And we have too many lieutenant governors in this country that don't know their job, and they fly by the seat of their pants. You've done your homework. You know exactly what it is that the lieutenant governor is supposed to do, and have a plan. And I love it. It's just a rare thing. I am mind blown, to be honest. It is a rare thing. It's a rare thing.
I appreciate that. I am literally not the backup quarterback. I'm not just riding on the bus and drinking Gatorade. I'm coming up the middle. I'm gonna run the ball in. When I say in, it's going in. When I go into, and this is why the governor's race is so important, because the governor and the lieutenant governor need to be on the same page and align. And here's why. Because the constituents of California are going to be speaking to the lieutenant governor's office. So community meetings, town halls, local government can come, sit down. But here's the better part. How about if I come to you?
Yeah.
I'm down in Bakersfield, down in San Bernardino, down in Kern County, the Central California. I'm in Silicon. I'm in Northern California. I'm down in San Diego. I'm down in Riverside, Orange County, Los Angeles. And they say, wait a minute. We ain't never seen too many state officials, go past Santa Barbara. Well, that's about to change, because the new lieutenant governor is just for the people. So my job is to wake up for 4 years. And if they'd have me for 8 years, it's to make a change and a difference for them. So when I speak to the governor, when I go in these rooms as a mediator, look, I done walked in a lot of rooms, and look, it's not coincidental that I'm a minority? I am, right? So when I walk in the room, I'm just coming in bold and fearless. But the thing that matters when I step in that room is not just confidence, it's knowing the landscape of the players.
Mm-hmm.
We sometimes I go in a conference room, a courtroom with lawyers from Princeton and Yale. I never get discouraged. I walk in because I know the mission. The mission, my job, is to help both parties and counsel find a resolution that everyone can live with.
Yes.
And if we're going to be there 13 hours to get it done, you better take a triple espresso shot because we going to the dome. It's
Yes.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
So when we bring them in, stop at the Starbucks on your way because we might be up a long time doing the people's business.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Let's do
I
the
love
people's
it.
business for 4 years. Or do you want to do the business you've been doing because that's been getting you nowhere? As a matter of fact, when I say it's getting you nowhere, gas prices so high in California, some people rethinking them summer plans in that RV.
Yeah.
Went from
That's true.
150 to fill it up, 250 to fill it up, 450 to fill it up, 550 to fill it up. Remember when eggs was higher than gas? No. Gas can beat eggs now. And beat gallon of milk too.
Man, that's crazy.
So yes, knowing the role of lieutenant governor coming in to sort of revitalize it, get the people's business done, the citizens of the great state is mandatory. I think this time we know on June 2nd, the mediator, people are going to say, you know what? Hey, I like the lawyers. I like the political science. I like all these guys. I like the people standing at the top, waving the red flag, waving the victory flag. Sean, where's your white flag? You should go find it because you need it. But
yeah.
I'm seeming to believe that something's in the air. And I know people are sick and tired of party politics. And I had this guy the other day told me a joke, and I'll just tell you, Randy. But he said, "Hey man, if you ever go to Jiffy Lube," and he said when you go in, you know how you go to get your oil change. You got a car, you get your oil change, and there's always someone that'll come back over to you with this little thing and say, "Hey man, just wanna are you Sean?" And I go, "You Randy?" I go, "Yeah, I'm Randy. What's up?" He goes, "Hey man, we checked your tire thread. And your tire, you need 4 new tires. They're bald." You're like, "All right, but I came for an oil change." The two parties are driving around in a party bus with flat tires. Now, the last time I checked, if someone, Randy, now I'm asking you an honest question.
Yes, sir.
If someone told you, "Hey, Randy, you got a flat tire. You got 2 flat tires. You got one on the right and you got one on the left. Would you drive on the flat tires, or would you get some new tires?"
I will get some new tires.
A vote for Sean is a vote for new tires with full thread, no slipping in the rain, no slippery business. We're not pointing fingers. I am not getting into the blame game with anyone. The mediator's job in California on June 2nd and November 3rd, day 1 on the job, is to seek resolution and be solution focused. We know the problem. It's time to be part of the solution. And that's all I got for you. That's all I got for you.
And Sean,
it's 2 things.
Sean,
it's
I
2
would say
things.
this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
No, I was going to say.
No, I'm going to just give you these 2 things.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 things. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. That's in family, that's in politics, that's in government, that's in everything. People need solutions. And if we vote 4 more years for either side, you just said, "I'm part of the problem." A vote for Sean is part of the solution. It's that side. It's that simple. I yield my time, sir.
Sean, all I was going to say is,
I learned that on YouTube, by the way. I yield my time.
You my time. Yes. Only thing I was going to say was splendid, fantastic. I love it, and I have nothing else. I was going to say, how can people follow you and support you, sir?
Okay, so what I'm asking folks to do is share this on their social media. Tell their friends and family. We got a mediator this time. We haven't had a mediator ever. We have a mediator. You can go to my website at Sean4ca.com. That's SEAN, like Sean Penn, Sean Connery. SEANFORCA.com. June 2nd is a big one. It's a big day. Let's win these primaries. Let's send a message that we don't want to ride on no more flat tires. I'm the new tires. A vote for Sean is a vote for change. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
Randy, I
amen.
appreciate you so
I
much, brother. I appreciate
yes.
you for what you're doing. For what you're doing. I want to acknowledge that you take a chance. You bring these candidates on.
Yes.
You bring on folks and and rather than labeling them anything, God bless them. You know why? Because to be in public service, something in their heart and I is in the right place. And I refuse to believe that they're just venom and they're spewing this and spewing that. Sure, we see it. But I've met a lot of politicians. I've been to some of these events, especially recently. These are good people. I mean, okay, they have an agenda. But I want us in the state to realize that we can't spite them for that. They're joining a party. If you join a fraternity, you're down with the fraternity. You don't get to come in the fraternity and go, hey, you know what? This hazing thing, I'm not into that. But what happens? But let me ask you this. What happens when we're hazing the people? Haze the politicians.
Yeah.
You hazing the people. When Sochi tells me she's nervous about tuition with a 4.9 GPA, almost close to 5, and she has to worry about college. The kids are the future. The education is important. God knows what he's doing this time. The lieutenant governor, because people said, well, why would you go for lieutenant governor? God sent me for lieutenant governor.
Yep.
Oh, well, what would you do? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about a higher power. They don't want to talk about it's time for change. And then some of the people just look in the mirror sometimes, folks, and just know that we can't do a 20-year bid on the same thing. And we're driving on flat tires. People are struggling. They're getting squeezed. Homelessness out of control. The way we deal with that, and I know you didn't ask the question, but people want to know about that, is the number one thing is, you're walking in your neighborhood and you have to walk around encampments. But what we have to remember, these are folks too. We can return dignity. They give them clean needles to do drugs. They got programs for that. Where's the program for the toothbrush? Families are homeless. Kids going to middle school, sleeping in their car all night, getting up, getting good grades, haven't had a decent meal, sleeping in a car. Why didn't we take the old school buses and convert them to showers, clean water, someone giving them a haircut, doing their nails, so that we return dignity, so that they feel back like the system works for them too.
Yeah.
They're still people. So we just have to remember that. One day, that could be someone in your family.
Or you.
You're not exempt.
Exactly.
Or you.
Yep.
They'll pull the rug under you so fast. And now you're thinking, where's that school bus with that clean water and that shower Sean was talking about?
Yeah.
That's the vote for Sean. That's what people might be missing, because they're just thinking about, walking my dog and my kids riding the bike and there's an encampment. Okay, I hear you. But we're looking for public safety. All of these things are interlocked. And so as the lieutenant governor, my job is to be present and available to the people of the state. So when they have concerns, my door is open. When they have concerns, they're at the community town hall. They want to have it in their county. Okay, then we're pulling up. I'm bringing the caravan. I'm bringing Sacramento to you. I'm coming to Bakersfield, San Diego, Orange County,
Amen.
San Bernardino, Kern County, California coast, Santa Barbara, wherever we have to go, Los Angeles. We are going to be there. Now, the only days I probably can't make it. I put a disclaimer in. It's when the Senate is on the floor. Those are the 3 days I got to serve. I'm there. I'm on the floor. But I'm doing your business. I'm doing the people's business. And I know that some people say, well, he's unlikely. Okay. That unlikely thing, you should let it go. Should let it go. Because something else is calling us in. California needs a mediator. That's what's happening June 2nd. Put it on mark your calendar. Because June 2nd, he's going to show up and show out.
Yes. Good deal.
And that's when we're going to do the people's business. I'm not a politician. I don't know how to do the party. And as a matter of fact, I don't even want to go to their party no more. Let's get a different party. Let's change the party bus. Let's get that big, let's get that big 48 footer. Let's come on in. Everybody can get in the party bus.
Yep.
Not just the people in the party.
In the spring.
How about the people get in the party bus and work on this gas, work on this oil, work on this clean energy. Let's have a conversation. And Randy, let me tell you, these folks are smart. You're not dealing with, these people who want political aspirations. They got it together. These are smart guys. These might be those Sochis. These might be those 5.0 guys. So we have to be on our P's and Q's, cross our T's and dot our I's.
Yeah.
So we can bring gas down for California and use some smart people to do it. And then with some common sense. But I got to do the common sense checker because nothing is common about having no sense. So I have to make sure the people are in the right place with the right heart. We got to use our heart this time. Yeah. On June 2nd, I'm asking people, use your heart. Because don't go with what you think. Because if you know anything about the heart, it computes 100 times faster than your brain. You keep thinking, you keep hoping they're going to do the right thing by you. Yes. Look at the gas. Look at the groceries. Look at the homelessness epidemic. Look at affordability. Small business owners. Man, I've talked to so many small business owners, they don't know what to do. Leave California. They were going to go to Dubai until last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's real.
Those plans changed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I met a lady at the Tesla charger. She said, I was going to take my business to Dubai. Now look, the issue is small businesses. I know people keep saying, Sean, why do you care about small businesses so much? I'm going to tell you why. Because if you ever drove by an elementary school and you see those banners up there on the fence, those are small business owners supporting the youth, supporting community activities. They're the backbone. So I don't want to get started about, Sean, bring it down, Sean, bring it down. Because at the end of the day, we have to have their backs. They have ours. They have our community backs. Families working together. I was down at the sheriff's department. They have this boxing event every year. And it's a LAPD and LASD. The officers, train their boxers. This is a phenomenal event put on by one of the commanders, Barragon. He's been doing it for years. He trains with the kids. He opens up the gym at the sheriff's department to train these kids. And it's free. All they have to do is stay out of trouble and want it. And Barragon says, look, if you want it, we're going to make it available. While he was in the sheriff's department, he did that for the kids. He then extends it with the City of Hope. We did it with Live Nation. We did it down at the sheriff's department. And these kids that were on the street, Latino kids, black kids, white kids, all together, getting in trouble. But when they found purpose, it's in their hearts.
Yeah.
Purpose, you could think about it. That thought would be gone before you scroll the next TikTok. But purpose is in your heart, right? So when Commander Barragon put this on, everyone showed up. The sheriffs show up. The LAPD chief shows up. And we stand there with them, shoulder to shoulder, gridlocked. It makes me so proud because they're giving back to the City of Hope. People can do this. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
God opened my eyes to this, man, that I was even to be a part of this. Because remember, I'm the unlikely guy. But God has put me in places and said, let me show you something. How if we can, now if we go back to recidivism, you can interlock it to that. Because Oscar did this with just simple donations, simple money and bringing people together. The commander at the sheriff's department did that. And one thing people don't know about law enforcement, these are brothers, these are mothers, these are dads, these are fathers, these are uncles, granddads. These people came into this to serve the community. But let's bring back community policing. I know I sound like a recruiter right now, but my commander McDonald, he said it too. You know what? I've sent folks over there. And we've got a few good people. We get it. It's 10% in everything. We know about that. We're not deaf, dumb, and blind. We know that in everything, there's going to be 10% of something that we don't align with. And that's where present leaders come in. That's doing this from their heart. I've helped so many kids find the path. Find the path. I was a criminal mentor for at-risk youth. Graduated from high school, but ended up in a little bit of trouble. I'd go to court with them. Didn't charge them $2. Got up early in the morning. You know, court's at 8:30. You leave from where I live, sometimes it takes an hour and a half to get there. But I drove that on my new tires. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing for California. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be there for you. And then in 4 years, when we check the record, when we go to the numbers, California is gonna say no to the status quo. It's time to go. Randy, I appreciate you so much, man. Absolutely. I just want to say, I love you, brother, in the Lord. Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Any questions on the final? I know you got to wrap. Any questions, brother? And I thank you so much for letting me have the floor today. Yeah, and I know this is bigger than me. This is for the people. This is for the people. This one's for the people.
This is why we're doing this. Get your message out there and for people to understand who Sean is and what he's bringing to the table, what he's going to do for the people. And this is what it's all about. You know, you're 100% spot on. And I love it. And I wish you all the best. And I know you're gonna be successful. I know I'm gonna turn on that TV and they'll say we're turning to the California lieutenant governor's race. And I'll say, look at that man right there. Look at that.
Now look, Randy. I'm a one.
You got that check mark next to his name. All right, there we go. Let's get it. I'm like, hey,
thank you, Randy. I'm gonna one up you though. Instead of turning on the TV, you're gonna be standing there.
Okay.
How about that?
I'll fly.
You're gonna be standing there. If I have to send you the ticket myself.
I'll fly out there, yes.
On 4 new tires. Let's go, June 2nd.
Let's go, baby. Yes, absolutely. Sean, thank you so much again. Good luck and be safe out there. Have fun, most importantly, because God is with you and nobody can be against you, as you said. And that's what it's all about. So be safe out there and talk to you soon.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah,
Great show. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Collinson. Hey, look, seriously. All jokes aside, go check out his website and support. You know, donations are big. You know, people like to be stingy and don't want to give up the money. If you want change, you have to invest into the change. No pun intended. You know, but you got to get out there and you know and say, you know what, hey, let me go door knocking. Let me go in my precinct. There we go, precinct chairs of California. If you're paying attention. Precinct chairs of California, this is your number one job, is to inform your voters and your precinct as to who to vote for, why you're voting for them, and where to go vote at. And so this is your number one job. I know because I'm a precinct chair. You know, so guess what? Do your job. Get this man elected. You know, and let's get outside of the status quo, as he said, as I always say. You know, so let's make it happen. And right there, Sean for CA.com is right there at the bottom under my chin here. So get out there and do that. And folks, you know, getting up out of here, but also check out. Don't forget, pre-order today, Polarizing America: A Dichotomous Society, on wherever you order your books at, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to get up out of here, and I will catch you all later. So God bless, be safe, and have a fantastic weekend. And for those that's out there on spring break and Freaknik and all that stuff, y'all be careful, be safe, and get back home safely so you can get your education back on. Talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed today's program. You can follow, like, share, subscribe on Spotify, Substack, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and your news. And also, you can download Let the Truth Be Told app on your favorite streaming platforms, such as Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Roku. Take care. God bless.